as a business leader that's been focusing on diversity, equity, inclusion for the past 2 decades, I can tell you that it feels like Bill Murray in Back to the Future, where it's like, wow, you know, is this 2020 or is it 2000? But on the other hand, it is new. And your question is, why is it new? It's new for several reasons. Number one, it feels new to me because what's fueling the movement now, and it is a movement, not a moment. What's fueling the movement now is, I think, years of pent-up frustration. I believe that particularly Blacks have been talking to Blacks, whites have been talking to whites. But that brings me to the second. We now, what feels like to me, for the first time, truly have whites talking to Blacks, Blacks talking to whites. People who have not been talking to each other are now talking to each other in a candid, courageous way to say, aren't we better than this? And what can we do together to actually make things better so that we're not dealing with the same things, you know, a decade from now. That doesn't mean we're going to be perfect and we're going to fix everything. But you also say why it's new. I did an interview, I did 2 international interviews. One with The Economist magazine, a journalist from The Economist, and another one from the BBC. And they were reporting to me of what's happening in Europe. I have clients with global businesses, and they're talking about how that they're getting just as much feedback and questions from their employees in places like England and Scotland and Wales and India. So it's global. It's global. So again, what's new? What feels new is the jet fuel, and I have to use that because I'm an Air Force guy. What feels new is that this movement is being fueled by a lot of pent-up frustration. People are finally talking, and people are listening with a heart and empathy, trying to figure out how they can be great allies, and it's global. And I think that people want to do something that's actually going to make a difference and is sustainable, so that a decade from now, we're in a better place than we are today.